brought to you by Gitanjali Salon, Channi Himmat, Jammu. Follow Ruchika Makeovers on Facebook and Instagram for best bridal makeup in town.
Hello viewers, you're watching Jammu Links News. I am Mannat Gupta and welcome to the daily updates of Midday News. Let's begin. Jammu and Kashmir on Thursday reported 115 new COVID-19 cases, taking the Union Territory's tally of coronavirus patients past the 2000 mark. Out of 115 persons tested positive on Thursday, 14 in Jammu Division and 101 in Kashmir Division, as the total number of COVID-19 patients rose to 2,036. So far, 27 patients have died, while 859 have recovered completely. The number of active cases in J&K is 1,150 now, out of which 301 are in Jammu Division and 849 are in Kashmir Division. In a major decision aimed at curbing favoritism in the government jobs, the Union Territory government has ordered abolition of interview or oral tests for the post up to and including pay level 5 and announced extra weightage and relaxation in upper age limit for certain marginalized categories in recruitment to class 4 vacancies. The government also announced that the domicile certificate and other documents will not be sought by the recruitment agencies at the time of inviting applications for the posts. Decisions to this effect were taken by the Administrative Council in its meeting under the chairmanship of Lieutenant Governor Girish Chandra Murmu. Lieutenant Governor Girish Chandra Murmu on Thursday administered oath to the newly appointed chairman of the Jammu and Kashmir Public Service Commission, B.R. Sharma. Sharma, a retired IAS officer, earlier served as the chairman Staff Selection Commission. A 1984 batch IAS officer, B.R. Sharma, served as the chief secretary in the Jammu and Kashmir government from September 7, 2015 to April 28, 2017. He was later appointed the advisor to then Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti on administrative affairs. In a landmark decision, the Union government has established a bench of the Central Administrative Tribunal in Jammu, which will hear the service matters of the employees of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Union Territory of Ladakh, as well as of the central government employees posted in these UTs. Meanwhile, Chairman of the Central Administrative Tribunal in exercise of the powers conferred by Clause B of subsection 4 of Section 5 of the Administrative Tribunal Act has transferred Rakesh Sagar Jain, Judicial Member, Central Administrative Tribunal, Allahabad Bench to the CAT Jammu Bench. To strengthen the Panchayati Raj institutions in Jammu and Kashmir, the UT government on Thursday gave the go-ahead for recruitment of 2,000 Panchayat accounts assistants. The decision was taken by the Administrative Council, which met under the chairmanship of Lieutenant Governor G.C. Murmu. The decision of the AC will strengthen the functioning of Panchayati Raj institutions. Senior member of National Commission for Women, Soso Shaiza, met Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh and discussed COVID-related issues, particularly in the context of the northeastern region. Shaiza convened her appreciation for Prime Minister Narendra Modi for all the precautionary measures taken in the time to contain the spread of COVID pandemic. She also expressed confidence that India will be able to overcome this challenge. The annual Amarnath Yatra, which was earlier curtailed because of the coronavirus pandemic, will be held only for 15 days this year, sources said on Friday. The pilgrimage will now be conducted for the shorter Baltal route only. The decision was taken during a meeting held by Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor G.C. Murmu on Thursday night. PRS counters have been opened for general public at various railway stations across Jammu and Kashmir. These counters will facilitate the refund for any cancellation of a counter ticket which was booked earlier and could not be refunded due to the prevailing lockdown when passenger train operations were restricted. Commissioner Secretary Jal Shakti Department Ajit Kumar Sahu reviewed progress on key projects of the department being executed across Jammu and Kashmir here at a meeting. The Secretary took detailed stock of present status of the ongoing projects, which include water multipurpose projects, major irrigation and water supply schemes. Overall working of the department and its wings was also reviewed by the Secretary. Kathua police on Thursday released the pigeon captured by it on May 24th, which after flying from neighbouring Pakistan had entered Indian territory in border belt of Marine Tehsil of Kathua district. The pigeon was released by Kathua police on the appeal of its owner Habibullah from Bagha Sharif in Chakargarh area of Pakistan, who is fond of rearing the pigeons and has kept a herd of pigeons in his house. Batting for pre-emptive measures to foil any possible locust attack in the UT, Principal Secretary Agriculture Production Department Naveen K. Chaudhary on Thursday asked Agriculture and allied departments to maintain high alert. Chairing a meeting, he took detailed stock of the preparedness being made for containing any possible locust attack. He ordered constitution of division and district level monitoring teams and involvement of scientists of Khost, Kashmir and Jammu for making joint efforts against the possible threat. 3 Shramik special trains carrying 4,002 stranded migrant workers have left from Katra in Jammu for Uttar Pradesh on Thursday. With this, 30,566 migrant workers have been sent back to their native place on board Shramik special trains from Katra since May 19th. So far, the government has arranged 19 special Shramik trains to facilitate the return of migrant workers reach their hometowns safely. About 15 domestic flights with 1,574 passengers on board arrived at Jammu and Srinagar airports on day 4 of resumption of the air services in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. A total of 294 passengers aboard 6 regular and commercial flights arrived at the Jammu airport, while 9 flights with about 1,280 passengers on board landed at Srinagar airport on Thursday. After arrival, all the passengers were tested for the COVID-19 virus and transported to their destinations at both the airports amid strict observance of all necessary preventive protocols. With the highest spike of 7,466 more COVID-19 cases and 175 deaths reported in the past 24 hours, India's COVID-19 tally reached 1,65,799 on Friday, according to the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The number of active coronavirus cases stands at 89,987, with 71,105 people have been cured or recovered, and 1 patient has migrated, it said. The death toll due to the infection has reached 4,706 in the country. The last conversation between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Donald Trump took place on April 4th, 2020 on the subject of hydroxychloroquine, informed sources over the matter said on Friday. This is in contradiction with the US President's claim that PM Modi not in a good mood over Ladakh issue. Yesterday, the Ministry of External Affairs had also made it clear that we are directly in touch with the Chinese through established mechanism and diplomatic contact. The centre has assured the Jammu and Kashmir administration of full support in evacuating the Union Territory residents stranded abroad due to the coronavirus lockdown. A repatriation flight for J&K residents from Muscat to Srinagar has been scheduled on June 2nd. It was convened to the J&K administration by the Ministry of External Affairs in response to Chief Secretary BVR Subramaniam's request for prioritizing evacuation of the UT residents stranded in Oman, Dubai and Iran.